We are up again. Except for playing music. We don't want to be playing music. There we go. That is away now. Happy days, happy days. How is Monday, May 18th treating everybody? Hopefully the weekend went well. This is episode something. 38? 37? What does YouTube tell me? YouTube tells me this is episode number 37. That's what I called it. So, welcome back, everybody. It is May 18th. How is everyone doing? How was your weekend? How did the weekend treat everybody? It was, again, I was expecting it to rain like midday Saturday. I think when we talked on Thursday or Friday, that was the plan. I was like, okay, it's going to rain. You gotta get stuff in before the like kind of noon to like 2 o'clock hour on Saturday. So that's when it's going to start raining and it was going to be like a big storm and stuff. That didn't happen. We had very nice weather Friday and Saturday up until like Saturday evening. Then it rained. And it was kind of crummy on Sunday. It wasn't bad. It was still more inside-ish weather than Friday or Saturday for sure. And I'm thinking Friday because Friday was part of my weekend. But what else is up for everybody? What else happened over the weekend? Friday? Oh, it was Saturday. So Saturday, I had an Xbox One. I sold that off of Facebook Marketplace. Listed that on like Friday like afternoon. Phone just like blew up with stuff from Facebook Messenger. Bunch of offers, which is a good thing. And met somebody Saturday morning to sell it. It was a younger couple, probably a little bit older than me, I think. I'm not a great judge of age, so I think they were slightly older than me. But sounds like they've got a couple of kids at home, and they were very excited about it. I had my Xbox plugged up into a box, and I had the Connect in the box for that, and then I had the rest of the stuff in another box. Yeah, they took everything out. They took the Xbox out, and they were saying they had looked at other ones, and they had seen a bunch of like scratches on them. So it was a nice little like point of pride. Like I know I don't have anything like that on my console, so that was cool. But got that. They seemed really excited about it. Sounds like it's going to a place that's going to get used, so that was good. I just wasn't playing it, so it's like no, don't need it. Get it out of the house. Just kind of one way to kind of clean some stuff out and make sure it's like, yeah, that's going to get used. So that's cool. But what else did I do Saturday? Got groceries on Saturday. Otherwise, did some cleaning and then didn't really want, like, I rode my bike, did a workout like Saturday. It was a longer workout. It was like a 90-minute workout. It was a lot. Legs were not like sore afterwards. They're a little like if I like press into my quads, they're a little sore. So it's not great, but they're just tired, which is fine. Got like 2 or 3 more days until I hit like 14 days in a row and get the little like achievement on Zwift. So try to get that. But like no, I don't really feel like cooking. So I was like, oh, you know what? I'm gonna go to Culver's. And I get to Culver's and the line is huge. And single drive-through lane. It's like, okay, it's just gonna take a little while, which it did, which is fine. But I'm just sitting there working through stuff. So that was so wow. And by the time I got there, it was close to like 7:15. Mind you, on a Saturday, so people were probably out and about a little bit more anyway, and the weather was still nice. So very busy at Culver's on 7:15 in the evening. So okay, wait there. Got my kids' meal. Got my burger. Got my ice cream. That was all good. So that was cool. But between like placing your order, paying for it, and then driving away and picking it up, that didn't take very long. That was good. Partially, it's you place your order and you've got a car. Like, so you place your order while somebody else is like waiting in line to pay. And then you get behind the person in front of you who's paying while you wait to pay. So there's time for that. And then you pay, and then you like drive out and get your number, and then it comes out shortly after. Yeah, it's just given the time between events, it doesn't seem like it takes that long, but it's probably a decent actual amount of time. You're busy doing other things. The waiting before actually ordering felt like it took a lot longer, which probably did. There were more cars in the way, so you're just working through that. But what else happened this weekend? Friday? Yes, Friday, because I did not go run Saturday. Friday, I decided to both ride my bike and go for a run. Neither of them were very long. I think my run was like 2 something miles. It wasn't even 3 miles. But I had got my new shoes, and I had been breaking them in, walking around the house a little bit. Like, okay, you know what? Friday was wonderful out. Like, you know what? I want to go for a run. Not for very long. Um, not gonna go real hard like for the whole time. It's like, okay, it's nice, controlled. Break the shoes in a little bit. Get outside because it was sunny and awesome, and I needed a little sun because, like, yes, my skin is white and it needs to tan. I mean, it'd be nice if it tanned up a little bit. It's like just getting outside, getting the natural vitamin D rather than like a supplement would be a good thing. So that's what I did. And where I like run, there is a hill at one point. It's like, okay, yeah, it's a nice, it's not hugely steep, but it's enough that's like, okay, yeah, this takes effort to really go up it. And on Strava, there's a segment that goes up most of the way. It's like, you know what, I'm gonna see if I can improve my time on that. So, like, running down to that part was kind of a nice little warm up. And you stretch a little bit more once you get down there, and it's like, okay, you know what, that would be my hard effort. I think it's like they say Strava says it's like 0.2 miles, so it's anywhere between like 2 and 3/10 of a mile. So not horribly long, but it's a nice little climb too. So like, you know what, that's a good little effort, and then I can use the rest of it to kind of like cool down. Again, this is like a sub 3 mile run. I knew I was gonna bike as well, so I didn't want to like wear myself out beforehand. And my legs have been sore from the previous run that I had done. It's like, you know what, I don't really want to like hurt myself, so I did that. But did the run. It's like, okay, I'm looking at Strava. It's like, okay, I think it's here to here. And it's like the segment doesn't start like right at the intersection. It starts out a little ways, but I started going. It's like, you know, I'm just gonna start sooner because it's not a bad thing. So I did that, and then I remember it's like, okay, yeah, the segment looks like it ends at like this church, at like the pull into the church parking lot. So I get up there, and I hit that like the pull into the church parking lot, and I finish. I'm like, okay, that's good. No actual way if I finish the like segment or not. Like this seems like, okay, they said turn off. Okay, we're good. So slow down for a walk, recover. Heart rate was high. It's like running up an incline. That was a lot of work. Yeah, I think like the parking lot's got like two pull-ins. It's like a long parking lot that you can pull in a couple different times. But like walk back to like the next intersection, recover, then jog back in, jog back home. And I'm stretching some, and my watch syncs my activity to both Garmin and Strava. Pull up Strava, look at the segment. It was not my best time. I'm like, why not? Like, it was like 2 minutes. How was it like 2 minutes? That doesn't make sense. My best time's like 1:30, and I felt like I was going faster than that. Like my initial, like, okay, so I think I'm gonna hit this, like based on like when I started on my watch and when I finished, I should have gotten it. I didn't run the whole segment. I ran like I ran to the first turn into the parking lot. I had to run to the last one. I was like, in fairness, it's like, well, considering I walked a portion of it to still be under like 2 minutes, like, okay, I can probably beat my PR, but that was a little frustrating. So now it's might be a wait until we have nicer weather, which might be kind of looks like based on what we're seeing down here. It's like it might be like tomorrow. That'd be okay. Again, you have to like deal with the work, and maybe I go running. Like that can be like my midday activity. It was like a 25-minute run, so I go do that. That could be something to do and then come back. So you can see, but it's like, gosh darn it. It's a little. It's like and my watch can't tell me like, oh hey, the segment you're through the segment, or you're starting it and you're ending it. I don't think there's a way to do that. I could look more into it and figure that out, but not that I know of. So that was a wee bit frustrating, but that's okay. What else? What did people do this weekend? Abby, you had a wedding to go to virtually. How was that? Yeah, weather was nice. Sold my Xbox, went for the run. Last night was the last 2 episodes of The Last Dance. Again, it's a very good documentary. There's with anything like that, there's going to be people that may have been left out, and you just don't hear from them. It's like, okay, well, I wonder what they would have to say about all of this. But compared to what I have or haven't read or seen about Michael Jordan previously, or the Bulls in the 90s, it's like this is a lot more information than I've had any other way. So it's like, okay, that's plenty of information. This was very good, very enjoyable. So that answers some of the questions that I might have had about this. And yet Jordan was the only person you really kind of knew about, and I was super young when all this was going on anyway, so cool to kind of learn stuff. Abby's saying the wedding was unique. That's good. Facebook Live lasted about 20 minutes. That's cool that the ceremony had many elements tailored to the couple. That makes it much more personalized, and they can hopefully look back. It's yeah, this is why we did that, so that's cool. And using Facebook Live instead of Zoom, which I think had an outage yesterday, which would have been interesting, but I think they've supposedly resolved that. One thing I'd never seen before was they drew pictures of each other without looking at what they were drawing. During the ceremony? Or they did this beforehand? Because, and hopefully, and I'd feel really bad if one of them was, oh wow. If you're sitting there, it's okay, yep, we're gonna do this, and I am not the most artistic person ever. You've seen the dragon. That took me far too long just to draw that. So trying to do something in 20 minutes where you're drawing the person that you're marrying, and they're most likely dressed up in some way, it's okay, I'm gonna do this. I would struggle. I think I would struggle. But maybe going into it, it's you know that you're gonna do this, so. Oh gosh. Well, at least there's well, I'm not looking at it. You're just drawing. Okay. Oh, I mean one that sounds slightly entertaining and memorable, so you can do something with that. But it's definitely going to be. It's a very abstract, I bet. Because then you have no spatial awareness of. Oh, it's supposed to be an abstract thing. Okay. But okay. Abstract art is always not something I fully have gotten a grasp of, which is fine. I guess I could commit more time and energy to understanding a little bit more, to at least looking at some of it. But that's okay. I'm glad it went well. It sounds like it went well, and everything is good for the new couple. Again, trying to sort. I mean, maybe they've been living together beforehand, but trying to organize. Okay, yep. Now we're going to live together. Same, nice. But trying. It's okay. Hopefully, they've lived together, but trying to organize all of that with all of this going on. Just very weird to think about, and thinking about that. Well, again, sold the Xbox. The kids are probably going to enjoy it. Who knows what they might have had planned for the summer otherwise, if there's camps that have been canceled, or if there are just sports activities that have been canceled, youth activities. There's a few different aquatic centers or pools, outdoor pools around here. I don't know what any of their plans are for opening. So it's oh hey, we're gonna get married and then we're going to start our life together. Now, at what may be deemed the back end of all of this, but definitely thought, okay, this is gonna be something. It's gonna take a little bit of work, but that's cool. Happy to hear it went well. As much as my well wishes mean, I wish them the best and hope they have a happy life together. A little more back to what we do, at least more what I do in terms of working with property insurance. We've got our first tropical storm, hurricane? What do they call it? Tropical storm, I guess, currently. We are currently calling it Arthur. It's not expected to really make landfall, but tropical storm has formed. saying it's off the East Coast, kind of, sort of near North Carolina. That's where the tropical storm warning was. North Carolina's Outer Banks, because, well, you know what? Carolinas haven't had enough stuff to deal with hurricane-wise, so we're going to give them the tropical storm at the beginning of the season. Technically, at least according to the New York Times and the National Hurricane Center, hurricane season technically starts June 1st. So this is, and the article is saying this is the 6th consecutive year that a tropical storm / hurricane system has formed before the official start to hurricane season. So I guess I need to fire up my weather Twitter list again on TweetDeck and pull up the Weather Channel and have that going in the background a little bit, because, again, yes, it's interesting in terms of, oh, hey, these are losses that we may have to pay or cover. It's like our members are going to have to deal with this, but the power and kind of like the awe that comes with a hurricane is something we don't have kind of with other causes of loss in insurance. Fire is like these big, large fires are at times kind of intimidating. It's like, oh my goodness. And we also can't have, and the coverage is different of that too. I think hurricanes are a little unique in that you can be like at the beginning of it and kind of experience some of it. Like you can be at the edge of it as it comes in and get some coverage of that. And you can't really do that with a fire. It's like you can be looking off in the distance of it. It's like it's coming and they're trying to do something about it, but you're not going to be around once it comes. And you shouldn't be around when the hurricane comes either. But, and with a tornado, there's not much, like, oh, the wind is picking up. There's not like rain coming with it usually, or you don't have sea swells where you've got these larger waves coming in. It's like, oh yeah, you can see kind of the pre-conditions coming in. It's like, yep, waves are bigger, there's more whitecaps, stuff like that. With hurricanes, they're interesting to me in a way. So hopefully that doesn't make landfall. They're saying it's not going to, and it's super early, but it does look like I need to get that all queued back up, have that ready, because I find it interesting, and it's kind of like a train crash or something, or a car wreck where it's like you can't really look away from the devastation, I guess, but at least it's more of a natural phenomenon, and it's not like, oh hey, this was a car accident caused by like some idiot drunk driving or something. Like this is weather. We don't directly have like control of it, so it's like, well, it's here, and how are we going to deal with it? And oh hey, guess what? Now we're all like been working from home, sheltering in place a little bit. I have no idea what North Carolina's been doing in terms of like, is stuff open? And if so, is stuff now maybe closed again? And what the plan is, so kind of up in the air there. But what did, if anything, did anybody do any like back to normal stuff? There's some folks who've went and got haircuts and such. It's like anybody go and get a haircut? Did anybody go to a place that had been closed and then got back? I haven't gone in like any restaurants. I went to a bank, like to like the ATM outside, and deposited some money there. That was super easy and not hard. So drive-throughs for Culver's, picked food up from Noodles and Company, but have not gone anywhere really. Didn't go to, I'm really kind of like hesitant to go back to Target. That was scary. There's a Walmart north of me, and I don't know how chaotic it has been. So I don't drive by there at all if I'm not going there. So that may be worth at least like, well, let's just go see how many cards there are there. It's not that far. I do need to get gas at some point too. I think my car is getting low on gas. So fortunately, gas is very inexpensive, so that's good. What else? Looking at, I've got my Kindle right here. I don't think I read you at all this week or last week. I need to a little bit this week, so we shall see. Maybe that'll be a thing to do over lunch. Eat and read my book. And we went to a socially distanced garage sale. Oh, wow. Oh, it's kind of fun. It's like, oh, for friends who are moving out of the country. Oh, goodness. Getting out while they can, maybe. Probably not. But hopefully that went well. Hopefully you got some good little buys, because garage sales are always fun like that. Always fun to go to those little things. And it's always, I mean, again, you're hopefully able to see some people, so that's always good. Even if it is behind a mask and not maybe shaking hands and dealing with all of that. But garage sales are always fun. I remember in like my neighborhood, we would have like a garage sale like weekend. So anybody who was going to, you would have signs that would like point down each of the street and say, okay, garage sales this way. And you could walk around then, like on Saturday, and go and visit the other garage sales. And like it'd be like the families doing it. So it's like, because the kids are helping out, yeah, you could go and see them for a little bit, or go and it's like, okay, hey, there's like this is kind of interesting. Can I need to go talk to my parents about getting it? Hold on, don't sell it to anybody else. So you'd run back to your house, talk to your parents about it. It's like, hey, they have this thing that I want. Could we maybe do like what do we? And then one of the parents would come with you and you to talk about it. So that was always fun. Hopefully it went well. Had great weather for it, so that's good. I don't know what the again, like I live in a decent sized neighborhood now, and there's always something's an organized like actual garage sale like weekend or week or something, because there's always like I think the last couple of summers it's been almost every weekend there's signs saying, oh hey, garage sale down this street or garage sale down that street, or you've got individual addresses listing that they have a garage sale. I don't know what people are going to do, so that'll be something different. Also, did they take cash or did they do like Venmo, PayPal, stuff like that? Because I think I would be like, it would really take, I would be like, hey, okay, count your money out and put it in a Ziploc bag. And then we're just going to put it in the bag and let it sit for a little while. Ah, donation box. That works too. That makes it pretty easy. Or I have an ice cube in my mouth. It's cold. That's better. That's fair. And again, yeah, not having to then hopefully touch the money at least immediately would be good. I don't know if, like, I mean, cash is like paper, more or less. It's like cloth, paper-ish. So, like, spraying it with like Lysol or wiping it down, I don't know if that really works without like compromising the integrity of the bill, but who knows? So, yeah, it's again nice weather over the weekend for it. It's kind of just overcast. Yeah, it's a weird like I've got my blinds kind of closed because I get a bunch of like white light coming in on me and it really lights my face up. So I didn't want to have that. But it's not sunny either. It's that weird, it's like, oh, it's really bright out, but you don't have the sun and it kind of hurts your eyes. That's not fun. But that's okay. What? Oh, Scoob came out this weekend. Did anybody see Scoob? Anybody going to see Scoob? Scoob looked really cute. The new Scooby-Doo movie. So I did not see it at all. I think you have to like rent it, like with money. So I have not seen it yet. Might be something I look into over the next week or so, just to kind of see, like, well, where is it? How much does it cost? Stuff like that. Wait and see there, I guess. But what else is going on? We are a week away from our first day off, like holiday-wise, that we've had since January. We're coming up on Memorial Day. We get a 3-day weekend. 4-day weekend for me. It's wonderful. 4-day work week, 4-day weekend. But then I have another 4-day work week, and a 2-day weekend. That's okay. So, well, I don't know. It makes it significantly. I think I need to talk to Dave about that. But again, working from home, it's easier to do slightly longer hours. There'd be 32 hours, more or less, I'd have to do in 3 days. Right? Yeah. So it's like 10 and 3/4 hours, which if I don't have a commute, there needs to be some thinking done about this. And I should be done with, I don't think I'm going to keep riding every day once I hit like the badge achievement thing. So I've got a workout program, but I wouldn't necessarily have to get off in time to work out at a decent hour every day either. That is something for me to think about. Okay. How fun. So I've got a George Foreman grill, and I've got like a small like gas like camping grill that like folds and stands up. Not like the little tiny one that you can put on a table. It's a little bit bigger one. I haven't broken out the gas grill yet, but I used my George Foreman 2 Sundays ago to make some burgers. Those were good. That was yummy. So I don't know if I'll do something over the weekend at all for that. Kind of wait and see maybe. But plenty of time to get there. Got to get through the week first. It's only Monday, but it's Monday. Monday's not so bad. Monday's fun day. It is okay. It's a very quiet Monday compared to, I guess I say that now. I'm going to check my email quick. Yeah, compared to last weekend. Oh yeah, see, last Monday, so many emails. Just so many. Not nearly as many this week. Very significantly fewer meetings too. So that was good. But yeah, it's been pretty relaxed Monday so far. Hopefully the officers in the other 3 like main locations other than Des Moines are getting used to, or at least not totally put off by everything that they need to do now that they are back in the office. I don't think, it's been a couple of weeks since we've had a like leadership Zoom. I think they use Zoom for it, like a leadership Zoom conference thing. So maybe they use Teams, but they haven't had one of those in a little bit. And I think it'd be kind of interesting to see. And the problem is, if they were doing it in the office, would they have to wear their masks? And probably. And then is it harder to understand them? Quite possibly. So I don't know. But getting some early feedback from folks who are in the office this first week. Yes, it's going to be the elected officers and stuff, and for many of them, they are in a vastly different situation than many of us who sit in cubes and work. So wouldn't be entirely like representative of what we would be encountering when we come in once we do return. But just curiosity, I think, is mainly kind of seeing what that's like. Well, I guess I need to go on to Yammer and look at some of these pictures, because Abby is saying she saw some pictures on Yammer of the office of the CEO greeting people as they came into Plaza One. That's cool. Hopefully socially distancing and not shaking hands and stuff, but that's cool. Again, I've been pleasantly surprised with kind of each and every step that we've gone through with this from our leadership. So that's been good. And always encouraging. That's good. And of course, they were probably a nationwide branded mess too. So, bet that was very fun. Otherwise, all day. Didn't sleep very well last night. Lots of yawning. Not so good. But I'll wake up. That's okay. I made show notes again today, so I'm looking through those quick. Talked about selling my Xbox. Talked about the Strava segment and not knowing where it ended. Now I think I need to look at my watch a little bit more. Maybe it can give. Maybe there's a Strava widget that I can get in here. Talked about the weather because the weather is always fun to talk about. Talked about hurricanes; those are coming. Talked about the Michael Jordan documentary. ESPN is now going to have like 3 more documentaries over 4 weekends with like a 2-part for Lance Armstrong. Who is the Be Water? Nope, that's not the right keyboard. This is Be Water, 2020 film by ESPN. It is Bruce Lee. Okay. Yep, there's a 2-part Lance Armstrong, 30 for 30. A Bruce Lee, 30 for 30. And then a 98 home run chase, 30 for 30, over the next 4 Sundays, I think. I mean, ESPN would have had to have been developing these before now, but they've seen the success of, oh, hey, we can give people a primetime documentary series to watch, and a lot of them watch it. I mean, I bet a lot of people watched the NASCAR race on Sunday. So, it's a bunch of these. The eyes are available, so you might as well give them something to watch. So, I'm excited for that. It'll be cool. Again, different perspectives on things that I don't really remember much around Lance Armstrong, so that'd be a good place to start. So maybe I'll watch those on Sunday night. Anywho, it is 11:47, 12:47. Let everybody go and get some food, get some lunch, get back to work, get back to whatever you want to be doing right now instead of listening to me ramble on about something because, well, I've done that a lot and can't imagine that it's gotten boring at all. But until tomorrow, I think it'll be same time, same place, same website, different topics because, well, I can find something to talk about. We'll make it work. But 23.5-hour break. I will talk to everybody tomorrow. Hopefully the rest of your Monday is indeed a fun day. Until tomorrow, everybody, please, of course, remember to wash your hands and stay safe out there. Talk to you tomorrow.